Welcome all and good day. This is Architect Gaming bringing you my very first video for this new channel. Before I get set off telling you all about the game I'm playing in this video, I want to just explain what this channel is and what I want to cover and how I want it to work basically. So the first thing I will mention is that I'm not going to solely focus on one platform for games, for example Xbox or PC. I will be covering many different platforms including iOS, as I want to bring you guys videos of any new games that come onto the marketplace that are basically just too good to pass up. I will be looking back at games as well that may bring many of us back to our childhoods, and also looking at newly anticipated games as well as super weird games you end up finding on the dark corners of the internet. So the majority of my videos will contain a face shot as well as the footage, but for my first video, I just wanted to give you guys the lowdown on what is actually happening, whilst giving you the opportunity to see what this first game I have brought you is like basically. So let's begin. This game is available for iOS and Android. It's called Dice Soccer League, and if any of you have ever played a game called Pixel People, which was also available for iOS and Android, then this game will very much be suited to you. Although the two games are completely different, the art and the concept of the games are somewhat similar. So just like in Pixel People, this game allows you to place a block of land or water or a building in one space at a time, because the whole map is like gridded out. The premise of this game, however, is basically to compete in I think there's 5 major soccer leagues, and you've got to win them whilst recruiting players and upgrading your football stadium and town, and it's fun. It's a little fun game which it does require minimal skill, but it gives you a lot of entertainment, and it has actually got a story to follow as well, which makes it a lot better. I'll wait until the next football match comes up and then I'll explain where the skill comes into it. Like I said, it's very, very minimal, but this game is quite fun. So what are we doing in a minute? Okay, so we're still just recruiting players. You can see in the top left hand side where it's got architects. That's the name of your team, so I obviously chose architects. Okay, so here's a football match. So this part has no skill whatsoever. You're literally just pressing the play button while rolling the dice. You've got to roll higher than what they roll. For me, every time you roll a 3, Rusty attacks the enemy to reduce their score. Simple as that. Every time you win a dice roll, you move closer to the goal. If you lose a dice roll, you can just re-roll, which I'm going to show you now. So you literally just click on your player, you get to re-roll, and 9 times out of 10 your roll is going to be either higher or it's going to be a 3 again. Do that, you get up to the goalkeeper. Now this is where a little bit of skill comes into it. It's not a lot of skill, but you've basically just got to press the football when the cursor is in the green. Now as you progress through the game, sometimes the keeper will roll better than a 1 or a 2. Now if the keeper rolls like a 3, I don't know about higher than a 3, but when a keeper rolls a 3, you have to basically get the cursor in 2 little green bits either side, and that builds up the momentum to take a better shot, basically. So as I was saying, in the top left hand corner as well, you've got the 4 out of 77, which I think is how many people you've recruited in your team. So there must be 77 people. You've got coins in the top right, gems in the top right. Gems act like your it's the currency that you would normally do in-app purchases for. And then on the left as well, you've also got your players' happiness, which I've not really come across a happiness yet, and what I need to do for that, or how that will affect the game, I'm not sure. When I was talking before about 1 block at a time, this is what I mean. So I can now build 3 trees. So all your coins go into what you build. Choose 3 blocks, place them down like that, and this is basically the premise of the game. You just keep building up your town, recruiting more people. Every time you get a new building, there's a new player in the building. every time you defeat like a main team, I think it is, you get to upgrade your stadium. So eventually, I'm gonna imagine by the last Major League Soccer that you're in, you're gonna have a massive stadium, a massive town, and it's gonna look a hell of a lot better than it does at the minute. So now, as you can see, I'm now doing a 2v2. It's the exact same premise of a 1v1, except there's 2 lots of dice, so you've just got to get higher than what they roll. So they rolled 1 and 1, which is 2. I rolled 2 and 3, which is a 5. Obviously, I win. I still get the three dice, which means I get to attack them. So it's exactly the same. So just going back onto what I actually want to do for this channel, there's one game in particular that I want to focus on quite a bit because there's so much you could do with it, and I'm having a lot of fun with it at the minute, which is Prison Architect. That probably will be the second game I upload, unless I find other games on iOS at the minute. There is a few games I am playing, so I don't know what video will be next. But I might carry on this game and do another video, but when it comes to the iOS games, unless it's a game that I'm really gripped to, I'm only really going to do one video of it, just to put that out there to show you guys what games are great to play. Unless I really like it, then I'll do a second video, but I'm not too sure. For games like Prison Architect, or I'm going to be doing a Kingdom Hearts 3 series on here. You know, it will be a full series. It won't just be a one-off video. It will be a full series. I want to do some interacting stuff, and I also want to do some live streams as well. When we've found like our good games that we like to play, and especially in Prison Architect, you know, because you can do gang wars and stuff like that. I might start doing live streams of that, but for the time being, you know, I just want to put out there a few different games, especially on iOS, and kind of just put myself out there as well. So I do just want to make a quick, well, I just want to apologise really. I've been meaning to get my first video out for so long now. I wasn't sure what game to do. Eventually I thought, you know, Dice Soccer League is a very good game that I got recorded that just shows you kind of what the game's like and gives me the chance to introduce myself. Now the problem is, I've had this stinking cold for about a week now, and I've been putting myself off from voice recording for the whole week, purely because I didn't want to have to do it when I've got this cold. But because it's taken ages to shift, and because I've got loads more content that I need to record and everything else, I thought, you know what, let me just get this over and done with. So I do apologise that I sound a bit bunged up in this video, but hopefully next video I'll be a lot better. Again, because it's my first video as well, I used to do YouTube, and I used to have an amazing introduction, and I had loads and loads of different things for my channel and everything else, but I stopped doing that about a year and a half ago, and in that year and a half a lot has changed in my life, which means that I don't have the same resources that I used to have. For example, I don't have the microphone I used to have, I don't actually have the camera I used to have. There's a lot of stuff that I don't have anymore. I've also moved house, so there's just a lot of changes, but I'm going to try my best to keep you guys updated with at least 3 videos a week, I'm hoping. It might start very slow at the minute, maybe 1 video a week, I'm not too sure, but it will get better. But guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe for more, and be sure to download Dice Soccer League for iOS and Android. It's a great game. Let me know what you guys think, basically. Tell me your team names, tell me what it's like, how far you get. I don't know whether I'm going to continue playing it just yet or not, but we will see. Thank you very much, guys.